We learned many things, and God taught us so many different lessons. And if we stood up here and told you everything, we would be up here for hours. So instead, we'll just give you 10 little tips and tricks that we have learned along the way.
So, number one is to brainstorm ideas of how you can get donations. On our list were obviously to make cakes, make YouTube videos, flyers, and also distribute to schools and churches. There were items on our list that we didn't do.
And they aren't afraid to suggest them to you. They also have connections that you don't have and are able to get you to meet new people that will help you to improve the momentum of your project. It also makes it a lot more fun because you get to hang out with your friends a lot more. Number 3 is to break your project into smaller pieces. In our case, our project was $35,000, and it might have been discouraging to some people if we just told them our goal and didn't give them an easier way to get involved. So then we decided to come up with the number 1 team, which was a team of 100 people, which we were trying to assemble, and each person would pledge to raise $350, which is 1% of our project. And some children decided to help us, but they couldn't raise $350 all on their own. But so instead, they used their one talent, their one gift, the thing that God gave them, to raise whatever they could, which in some cases was $162 or $170 or different amounts like that. And some of the children would do that by giving up birthday presents or Christmas presents and asking that money be donated to our project. And other children would ask their parents to help them bake cookies and other treats like that and sell them and donate to our project.
Number 4 is to talk to everyone about your project. We made a list of people who we wanted to talk with, and some of them did not give us donations, but they did give us good ideas. And we also put it up on our Facebook wall, and that raised awareness, and it also started to inspire others to do something. Number 5 is to pray. And praying is the very biggest part of any project, big or small. And we prayed before a cake, after a cake, during the cake, in case it wasn't going right. And we especially prayed for the hospital and people, the patients of the hospital and doctors. And it was super fun to go to the Congo and see that hospital and see that everything that we prayed for was there. And it was just super fun.
Number 6 is to ask help with things you don't know how to do. One time, Livvy and I wanted to make a wedding cake for our sister, but we didn't really know how to do something that big. So we decided to ask someone who might have more experience in that area. Instead of just giving us tips on how to accomplish that, he actually let us come to his bakery and bake the cake there. He also had 2 of his head chefs help us to make the cake and teach us everything that we needed to know so that we could do another cake just like that on our own. That time was extremely helpful to us because it led to the finishing of our project.
Number 7 is to do hard things. The end result will always be outside of your comfort zone, so be willing to leave your comfort zone. In our case, speaking in front of people was really hard for us. We were not really good at it at first. And we would pray and ask God to help us do it. And we even got to speak in front of 750 people once.
Number 8 is to celebrate when something good happens. If your project is truly for the Lord, then a lot of good things are going to happen. In those situations, it's best to celebrate those because it allows the people who have helped you to see that you really are excited about your project. When we raised 15% of our project, we had a huge party and invited everyone who had helped us with it so far. That party allowed the people to really feel appreciated and allowed us to have a heart of gratitude for everything that God has been doing and is going to do.
Number 9 is to always be grateful no matter how small the donation is. We gave a speech to 350 middle school students once, and afterwards a student came up to us and he gave us a quarter, and we were just so encouraged by that one quarter because it was all he had in his pocket, and he just wanted to move right away.
Number 10 is to ignore the haters. Sometimes, but not very often, someone would come up to us and tell us that they didn't think we could reach our goal. In that time, it was very important that we just stayed calm and ignored them because we were soon going to prove them wrong. One of my favorite authors, Dr. Seuss, says, "Be who you are and say what you feel because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't lie." Now that you have those tips and tricks on how to fundraise, we would like to give each of you a challenge. We would like you to look at your gifts and talents and even hobbies, anything that the Lord has given you that you can use for Him, and see how you can glorify Him with that and help others. Our prayer is that you will see something that God has given you, something that He's put right in front of you, and you will just try to accomplish it. Because if we all just tried to do our 1% in this world, then we could change the world.